All right, how you doing, guys? Blue Ridge Silverhelm back with another video, and we're going extremely low budget collecting here. And what I have here looks to be a simple roll. Looks like it has some older nickels in there. See how old that container? It's yellow. So I found this at an antique, what do you call it? Antique dealer in town. $5 for the whole roll. Of course, a roll of quarters, a roll of nickels is $2, but they're all buffaloes with missing dates. These are extremely worn. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, a full roll of absolutely obliterated buffalo nickels can't have a lot going for them, or they might. So that, you know, we're going to talk about that. If you're into low budget collecting, which I am a stunt supporter of, because some really neat things come out of finds like this. It's really hard to say what date is on here, but although I'm not a huge proponent to a chemical called nicodate, some of you have probably heard about it. Nicodate, actually, let me find something I could point with here. Nicodate is an etching acid that most people who specialize in like low-grade buffaloes, they'll apply it to this area where the date would be found on the Indian's shoulder right there, and it would expose the date. It's actually really cool stuff. So some people make a living of taking these rather worn nickels, buying them for 10 cents a piece, applying the nicodate to uncover the date, and if it turns out it's a tougher date or a key date, like a 13S type 2 or a 26S or 21, you could turn this coin that you paid 10 cents for, turn around and flip it for 20, 30 bucks or more, depending on that date. And on extreme cases, I've also seen people apply the nicodate to uncover a 1918/7 overdate rarity, and they sell for $100, $200. It's actually pretty neat. But if you guys are looking for some sort of inexpensive, wanted to dabble into, see, here's another one. Can't really read the date because there's no remnants of a date, but you want a coin that's inexpensive. You like to explore. These coins, however, these things were designed beautifully, at the same time, not so well. The date was designed high on the design devices of the coin, which made it one of the first things that wore off after time. So that's why dateless buffalo nickels are plentiful out there in droves. So you flip them around. This one right here, I don't know if you guys notice, type 1 mound. Check that out. And it has a D mint mark. So this is a 13D. By identifying the raised mound area as opposed to, here, I'll do a side-by-side comparison. The type 2s, as you can see, the one below has that line where the buffalo is standing onto, the raised mound. Right here wouldn't have a line. It's just all, it's high, set higher on the relief. And yeah, they only made it 1 year, 1913. That was the first year of the buffalo nickel. So that's pretty neat. So there's a 13D buffalo. Probably get $1 for it. Yeah, but you find some with some mint marks. Here's a 1920. You could make out the 2 and the 0. It's a Philadelphia coin. It doesn't have a mint mark, so that's an earlier one. Can't tell if there's a mint mark, but you can tell, yeah, how worn these things get. And I've seen some of them turn really, really slick. So slick that every single discernible design element practically disappears on these. But oh, here we go. Here's one with a partial date. It's a 25. Let's see, a mint mark. No mint mark. 25p. Now, how much would you expect to pay at the most for something like this? For a full roll, 10 bucks. I wouldn't go over a quarter a piece. Another neat thing about the dateless buffaloes is that they're widely purchased by hobo nickel carvers. And they love repurposing these with their artistry. And I think they were beautiful coins, because there was really no other use for them other than that. Here's one that looks like it's been acid dipped. It's got the grainy surface. It's not nicodate. You wouldn't nicodate the whole coin, but it looks like it's definitely been acid dipped. Here's another 25. And then you'll come across coins such as this in a full roll of dateless to where there's a partial date, which makes it all the more exciting. It's got some green verdigris corrosion on the back. Here's another 1920 with a partial date. 23p. 23p. Yeah, you can barely make out the dates in some of these. Here's 29. S. 29S. Not a hard date to find, but definitely one of the more interesting ones. Here's a 27. P. Yeah, look how slick this one is. This one is a type 2. Yeah, you can see, you can barely make out the line on the reverse. Let's see, a couple of slicks right there. Yeah, you guessed it, I'm going through the whole roll. 27. P. Can't make it out. So yeah, you could buy a whole bag of this stuff. You could buy a bag of 500 for not a lot of money, which is nice. It'll give you a whole afternoon worth of fun, you know. Buy yourself a bottle of that nicodate stuff, and then you could possibly put a little bit of work into it, and you could possibly find coins that you could sell for a few more dollars than what your average bear is worth. But yeah, just looking through the line here, that one's looks like it's spent some time in the ground. Yeah, but some of those, like the 16, was it 16S double die, or it's just a 1916, right? A Philly double die obverse with the dramatic doubling. Those are easy to pick up with a nicodate. A few have been discovered. This one's all scratched up. A few have been discovered. And actually some examples have sold for $200-300 bucks. So yeah, that wraps. So we found a 13D in the mix, type 1, which is pretty interesting. A few partial date 25s, 27s. If the 27, I think it has either a D or an S, it's actually worth quite a bit of money, even in low grade. But you get the idea. Dateless Buffalo Nickels. Inexpensive, good way to explore a little bit and possibly find that treasured rarity that a lot of other people are looking for. It's definitely worth your while. If I could come across a bag, you know, at $25, I jump on it. That's what, 500 nickels. They're available online all over the place. So, you know, you hop on eBay or some dealer will sell them by the bags. But if you like the information, please hit like. This is one of your budget buster type coin videos. And yeah, feel free to share the information to your favorite social media site. And if you haven't subscribed already, again, what are you waiting for? Aren't I the bomb.com? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not one to self-tag, but I love talking about coins, and I like to share information. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon or evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.